Yeah, you got nothing in there.
Welcome to the Rundown. Today we're brought to you by Bowlero. Have you heard of the Barstool Bowlero Invitational? If not, listen closely. Bowlero is known for reinventing one of America's oldest pastimes into a new and unforgettable experience with modern and beautiful design venues, expansive arcades, premium signature cocktails, and a creative menu. It's the perfect place to spend a night out for any occasion. Visit www.bowlero.com/barstool to join the Bowlero Barstool Invitational now through July 23rd. Join the Invitational is easy. Enter your name and visit any Bowlero location near you and bowl for your chance to be entered into win the ultimate grand prize, including tickets to the football and basketball championships, plus a trip to the Barstool Bowlero Invitational finale in Chicago on August 9th. Many will bowl, only one will win. Visit Bowlero.com/Barstool now to claim your voucher for a free game of bowling at any Bowlero location nationwide through July 23rd, all courtesy of Barstool. I've been to Bowlero twice in the past couple months, and it is an amazing time. Amazing vibes, amazing food, great drinks, and bowling's fun. Bring your friends. It's a great outing. Bring a date. It's a great spot. So opening up today, we got Rico and Dan, and we're here to talk some golf. This is Barstool's been going really hard on golf lately. I'm not a golf person, but we got some golf people. Convince me why I should care about the British Open.
I mean, I feel like golf is hot in the streets right now. I feel like everyone's talking about it. At this company, everyone's making golf content. We're a little concerned in the four-player universe that everyone's coming for our pie a little bit.
Look,
healthy competition is good, but everyone's a golfer now.
I don't think I'll step much in the golf content
What you
game.
say now?
So yeah, I hit a driver like at the Ryder Cup, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the stuff, I can't really get my head around yet.
It's a patience game.
It's a patience game, and it's a hard game. It's a hard game to start playing. Like, it's hard to just, you can't just go to a court and get some shots up. It takes, especially living in New York, it takes a lot of logistics. But it's the last major of the year. Wake up and watch while you drink coffee in the morning, which is really nice. Coverage started this morning. Rico and I were talking about it at 1:30 in the morning.
What kind of coffee?
Just regular coffee.
Stella Blue coffee.
Stella Blue coffee.
What I would
It's my first time.
Putting them on a fucking tea.
Stella Blue coffee, obviously. But yeah, it's the last major of the year. We've got our Corn Ferry event next week, so golf is a huge emphasis of the company right now. It's the last chance for glory, fourth major of the year. These things happen fast now. It's like almost like the Triple Crown, where it's like boom, boom, boom. The first major's in April, the last one is now, so it's really condensed. And after this, you'll be looking at 8 months with no major championship golf.
Yeah, do you think there's a way to spread that out? So the four majors go Masters in April. PGA is now in May. Mm-hmm. It used to be in August. They got tired of being the last one. U.S. Open is always Father's Day weekend, and now the British Open is always in July. So is there a way to fix that? Because you do have the other sports you're going against. You don't really want to go against the NFL.
Yeah, that's why they did it.
But it is kind of hard that, like, for three months now, April, May, June,
it's really
3 months you get three in a row. Yeah, 4 months, that's it. The golf is just jammed in.
It's crazy also because, like, for people who are playing golf, the season, there's like another 3 months.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so everyone gets this golf bug, and then they just kind of squander the momentum. There's still big tournaments, the Ryder Cup's in September. But yeah, I mean, they changed basically the whole schedule to get out of the way of football because you can't go against football.
Is there an Australian Open?
There's not. There is an Australian Open. It's played in December. It used to be a big tournament, but it's not really been like a big tournament. The guys don't play in it anymore. They used to pay Tiger like a couple $1 million to go, but now it's not really a big tournament.
I feel like that would be cool because there'd be a lot of wildlife getting involved in the Open, that like kangaroos and shit.
So the European Tour, which is now called the DP World Tour, they play in crazy places. They have a tournament called the Magical Kenya Open, and they play in Kenya, and there's like legitimate game that are right off the fairways, which I feel like would be right up your street.
Dude, just hit an elephant green, that'd be insane.
Golf is interesting because it's the only thing, after a certain point, it's the only thing you can kind of play pickup now.
I haven't.
Softball runs out. I used to play pickup basketball. That run. Golf is really the only thing that people can.
Basketball's so hard on your body.
Oh, without a doubt. Golf is the only thing now that people can kind of still get together. And when you look at it, it's like, all right, we go to dinner for 2 hours, or we can hang out with our buddies for 5 hours.
Right.
You know, out in the sun. So golf has that element too. That's why a lot of people pick it up.
I'm in, still denial that like once I start playing golf, I'm officially my athletic career's over.
That's true.
So like once I'll play golf when I have to.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Christo Lampert?
Christo Lamprecht, yeah, he's
an amateur.
He's an amateur, but here's what I got. College players, it should be like a different designation than amateurs, because college golf has grown up so much in the last 10 years that these kids are basically pros. They've got all the tools, all the training, the same. They practice just as much as the pros. I feel like an amateur in golf should be like an accountant or like someone who has an actual job. Like this kid's just going to turn pro the day he graduates. So he was an All-American at Georgia Tech.
Right.
He's 22. He's about to be a senior. Yes, technically he's not playing for money, but now especially also with NIL.
Yeah, can he get an NIL deal?
Yeah.
As an amateur.
Yeah.
And maintain his amateur status.
Yeah. So
But
it's like, what does it really
this,
mean?
If he wins this tournament, you know how much he gets?
How much? Oh, that's
Zippo.
But he can. But then he can sign a deal with. If he wins this tournament, he can sign a deal with Callaway and get paid like $1 million.
Yeah. You just want to make the cut as an amateur too, because you get 2 more days out there.
Yeah, it's a great experience. But we've seen, like, if you remember at the Masters, Sam Bennett was up there for like 4 days. He went to Texas A&M. He turned pro. The college kids are better than they've ever been. It's still sick to see him up there. His first like pro event playing against anyone of this stature. Tommy Fleetwood is also tied for the lead. He's from like 15 miles away from there in Liverpool, so he's a big-time fan favorite. Everyone loves the hair. Everyone loves Tommy Ladd.
Yeah, it's fun watching it like early in the morning, but to me it's always, there are the years I remember of the British Open being gray and rainy and cold. So like it's not traditional golf. That's why I don't love, and it does seem like the scores are always worse here. Didn't guys win plus? Have guys won
I mean,
plus?
it's happened before.
Yeah.
You know, the U.S. Open is typically the hardest one, but yeah, it's a totally different style of golf. There's no trees on the golf courses. They play these old links that have been open since like the 1700s. So it's like it's the oldest major. There's a lot of quirky stuff that goes on. We were talking about how a lot of the majors they do in the first round, you either tee off the first hole or the 10th hole. This one, because there's so much daylight in England in the summer, the last tee time is like 4:15, which
Arctic
you never
Circle.
see. Yeah, that's
Arctic
right.
Circle
That's
vibes.
right.
If you're Christo, do you like tell Tommy, yo, I'll let you win, but give me half the winning? But like under the table?
Yeah,
That happen?
It's
No.
no.
What happens is the amateur is in the mix for the 2 days, and then the course gets the best of them, and they usually plummet.
Right,
Am I
and
wrong?
it's like, yeah, I mean, this guy went out first.
When was I don't know when the last time an amateur finished in the top 15, 20 was?
Yeah, I remember Bryson one year at the I think Sam Bennett finished 17th at the Masters, which was like a big deal. But
That's
again,
a
he
big
turned pro like the next week.
Right.
So it's really
They're on the verge of being a pro anyway. So it's like,
But 72 holes is just like a super. It's
crazy.
It's a super. And this guy went out first thing in the morning, no pressure. Now everybody in the world is texting him.
He's a headline.
You know, he's on every
He's
single
gotta do
fucking
press row.
Yeah, he's on every Instagram story, and he's got to sleep knowing that he's the leader of a major championship. So it'll be different tomorrow for sure.
yeah.
South Africa.
South Africa. Yeah, he speaks Afrikaans as his first language.
How about my boy Marikawa chipping in? Or I'm sorry, hits the putt.
Yeah.
While another shot's about to hit him in the head. It's like he's playing in a fucking Muni.
Apparently that was
Who hit up on my
apparently it
guy?
was Phil's drive. Apparently it was Phil Mickelson's drive. He was playing like in the group behind, and he made the putt. And then the broadcast just like didn't acknowledge.
I know.
They were like, great putt.
So
here it
watch
is.
This, Billy. This is my favorite guy.
Watch
his feet.
See that?
The ball drive came
comes
in at him.
and the broadcast didn't even say anything. They were like, great putt by Morikawa. You're like, no, you're burying the lead here.
Yeah.
He completely had to.
That shit happens at a Muni.
Yeah, crazy.
It's called hitting up on somebody. You get very.
But that's what happens. There's no trees. All the holes kind of run next to each other, so it's like a very open atmosphere. It's cool. It's fun. I've been to the last two. I have a lot of FOMO that I'm not there, but you know, life takes you in different directions.
In more golf news, kind of, Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend, Frank, will you shut the fuck up? Sorry. Tiger Woods' ex-girlfriend, Erica Herman, had filed a lawsuit against him. Herman alleged that Tiger Woods had verbally promised her that she could live in his Palm Beach mansion before he kicked her out. Herman claimed she was owed $30 million, as that would be the amount of money it would cost to live in a property equivalent to what she was promised by Tiger. Does this hold up in court?
This was one of the craziest stories I've ever seen.
Wild lawsuit.
It was nuts. It was like she had some agreement to live there. Then was she stealing trophies? Did I hear that correctly?
That was a rumor that there might have been some memorabilia. She said that she had an oral agreement that she could stay there for 5 years.
Which that punchline writes itself.
Oral agreement?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying it, but I mean, that's not what he's going to tell her. You can live here no matter what, even if we break up.
I had an oral
Wild.
agreement that I could stay at Dave's house in Montauk.
Yeah.
I'm going to sue if you don't let me.
Right.
The story of their breakup, allegedly, that she wrote about. I don't know if you've read this. Mm-hmm. He basically told her they were going on a vacation, and this is what was alleged. I don't know if this is true. She showed up to the private jet airport, and there was just like a car, and someone was like, "The relationship is over."
Oh.
Yeah, he just like cut her off like that.
But she still go on the?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it's got to be in there
still get to
somewhere.
go.
She was the manager of his restaurant. That's how they met. The Woods Jupiter in Florida.
Crazy.
And they were dating for a long time. She was like raising the kids, you know, and especially when he was playing, the mom moved to, I think she lives in Sweden. She had a baby with Jordan Cameron, if you remember him, the tight end from,
Yes.
with like one good fantasy year.
Oh, yeah.
She had a baby with Jordan Cameron. I think she was living in Sweden. I'm not sure if she still is. So Erica was like everywhere. She was at every tournament. She was with the kids, and then they broke up. And you know, this is kind of what happens, I think, when you have that much money and you break up with someone. I feel like
Tiger threatened to, or she alleges that Tiger threatened to fire her in 2017 if she didn't sign the NDA from the restaurant.
Oh, the NDA like for the relationship?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I also like when they drop these lawsuits. Like, why would you drop it? Is because you don't want to pay the legal fees? Is that what it is? You don't want to pay your lawyer anymore?
Yes, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a lot that holds up that she could still live. We break up and she still gets to live in the $30
Or maybe
million
like, hey,
place.
here's 10.
Yeah.
Like how much does Tiger got? Like,
billion.
$1 billion?
Yeah.
So he's throws in 10.
Yeah.
Like, okay, 15.
Settle outside of court.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
I don't get. I guess, like when he sent the car, he also should have been like, all right, here's a $2 million place. You're not getting the $30 million, but you do something that's gonna make somebody happy. Like, here you go. Here's an envelope. I bought the deed to it. It's in your name. Here's a $2 million place in the relative area or nearby, whatever.
Yeah.
Townhouse, condo, whatever. And now you get to live in a $2 million. And it's like, get away from me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I don't know
He's a whack job too after watching that documentary.
So my job before I got here was like I worked at Golf Digest and we had a deal with Tiger Woods, like where we paid him a lot of money to do content. So I like went to every tournament he was going to. I like sort of got to know him. I got to know her decently well. It's very the guy since he was 14 years old, he's never had like a normal human interaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every single person that he's talking to wants something or is like. That's why he likes. I mean, they said it in the documentary. It's why he likes scuba diving so much because like the fishes don't know he's Tiger
Well,
Woods.
you're probably not familiar with this. In the middle of his career, peak of his career, he tried to join the Navy SEALs.
He was like
He was
seriously
doing
considering his
special
dad was a
training.
Green
He was going to
Beret.
drop out.
Oh, that's
He wanted to do that. Yeah, he idolizes the dad. The dad had a lot of things on the side, so he's got things on the side, as you see. Like, it's a weird like worships his dad, but his dad's got a lot of flaws. But it is still your dad, so you worship him.
You should watch the documentary.
Watch the documentary.
If not read the book. It's actually his life is unlike anything. I mean, the guy was on. I don't know if it was it Johnny Carson, I think, or
Yeah, like 3 years old.
literally 2 years old hitting golf shots. He was like a phenom from the time he was 2 years old. There's all these clips of local news when he's like 6. They're being like, this 6-year-old just shot 3 under par on 9 holes. So he was a prodigy forever. So that's gonna warp your perception of reality. You can't just have like a normal. This is it. Look at him.
I'm going to be.
That's
I've
him.
seen
He's
this
like
clip.
2 or 3 years old.
2 years old, yeah.
2 years old.
Jesus.
He's 2 years old on national television.
I'm going to be honest, as a 24-year-old, the first real Tiger news I can remember was the texts, like the 26 women.
It was like 100 something.
Yeah, and then it was like another one comes out, and then it was like it's.
No, I remember I think it was the amateur. That's how he changed things. They were putting. Correct me if I'm wrong. They were putting the amateur championship on TV.
He won 3 in a row.
I know, and then it became. They were putting the amateur championship like that was a thing that people were now going to watch.
Well, I mean, this
it was
guy
one of those things you just stumbled on, or they like. I remember my dad being like, "Oh, that's the kid Woods. We got to watch him from Stanford."
Well,
he was a big deal.
I mean, look at everyone who was a famous golfer in the 90s, right? All these white country club guys, and you've got a guy named Tiger Woods, who's a mixed race guy, looks different than everybody else. He was transformative, so he's had I can't imagine how much. Like I think he's 47? He's got to be like the oldest 47-year-old in the world.
Yeah, it's why LeBron is still like a whack job too, like socially. He doesn't fully get it. Like you're under a microscope for so long.
Yeah. 47. Yeah, but I mean,
the craziest of all the stories, as good as he was, and all the stuff with the stuff on the side and the Navy SEALs thing, the craziest thing to me is that he didn't break Jack's record.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty locked in that he was going to do that.
Yeah.
Majors are no guarantee, but he had 14. He only won this Masters recently.
Yeah, so he won.
What year did he have his
2008.
13th? 2008.
No, he won his 14th in 2008. He's got 15.
Oh, he's got 15
So
now.
he won his 14th
in 2008. That was right before everything hit the fan.
32.
Yep.
Which is like
peak.
You're in your prime years.
He had like 10 years of still competing.
And then he lost to Y.E. Yang the next year. It was the first time he was 14 for 14, converting 54-hole leads. He had never lost when he was leading after 3 rounds. And this guy from South Korea, Y.E. Yang, who was like not a nobody, but he wasn't like a big star, beat him. and it kind of like poked this hole, and then 3 months later the scandal drops, and like nothing was ever the same.
And that was it. I compared it to, it wasn't the same. I compared it to like Mike Tyson. You know, he
Was
did.
it one event with Mike Tyson, or was it just him being a nut job?
Well, when he went away to prison, when he came back, he was never really the same.
What did he go to prison for?
Bad shit. But I equated it to, like an individual competitor. In a team sport, I feel like, you know, I don't know, you've seen it, like Vic comes back, guys come back, and you can kind of mesh. This was truly, like, I wondered about the mental state with it.
His first fight from prison was pretty brutal. He fought that guy from Boston.
Convicted of rape?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Well,
you didn't know this? Yeah.
I mean, I knew he was like not a great, like didn't have the best history. I didn't know he was.
But yeah, when the thing broke down, I was like, man, I wonder if is Ty going to be all right? And that was before the injuries. Like,
Yeah,
crazy.
This Peter McNeely fight, like he let out all of prison aggression.
Unloaded on this guy?
Yeah, like if we can show this, like it's a very short. It's like 15 seconds, I think.
Nah, I don't think you show it.
Probably can't show it,
But like you fast forward the face.
But then he did. I think after that he did the ear biting.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh. I love when they get up and they run around to try and show that like they're still good and everything's okay.
That's a waste of energy. Yeah, he just kills. Jesus.
I mean, the guy's throwing a lot of punches.
Yeah, but it's a good equation too. He was just as dominant as Tyson too. You know, Tiger Woods was. He made everybody around him a lot of money because he rode golf.
And that's why all of the guys today idolize him.
Yeah.
Because of how good he is, but more for just how much money he brought into the game, and now Phil's pushing it to another level with the Saudi stuff and how much money he's brought in.
Yeah, crazy.
Now, next up, this is like really pissed me off. Dan, you blogged this.
Yeah.
You want to take it away?
That was terrible! That was the worst tweet I've ever seen! You pay $1 million to hit like that? Are you kidding me?
No! Shut it down! Shut it down!
You're not allowed to be here. You're not going to win this. Bring it! What are you going to do, guys? Whose land?
Shinnecock land!
Whose land?
Shinnecock land!
We need clean air.
Not another billionaire!
We need clean air.
Not another billionaire!
Now, if we don't get it, billionaires, shame on you.
We deserve a future too! The rich tax the motherfucking rich!
I will say I'm gonna preface it by saying it was funny. I definitely like got a good laugh out of it. So these environmental protesters, I had a couple people text me being like, "Is this real?" Because it looked like an SNL sketch.
Yeah.
It was like
They were in weird costumes,
they were
right?
in weird costumes. So they sneak onto Sabonic, which is a golf course in the Hamptons that is rumored to be the most expensive golf course to join, maybe in the world. It's like $1 million just to join, and then you got to pay, you know, $40,000, whatever it is.
You got to hit your nut each month. You got to spend money on dinners.
Exactly. But it's the kind of place where they don't even notice that, the people who are members here. So these guys, they walk. There's no like walls around the golf course because it's in Southampton, like right on the water. There's 3 of them right next to each other: Shinnecock, National, and this guy's like, "What are you gonna do?" Shinnecock, National, and Sabonic.
What are they protesting?
So they're saying basically it's climate stuff. That golf courses take all this land and they use all of this water, basically for very rich guys to have a little bit of a playground, and they don't like that. So I mean, we've seen like Just Stop Oil was protesting at Wimbledon. There was some concern that they were going to do this at the British Open as well. But yeah, they went to this golf course and they were like talking shit. They were like,
Yeah.
You paid $1 million to putt like that?
I did like
you
that.
fucking suck.
No,
I just saw
what's
that.
the worst shit about all these climate protesters is that like the Western world does not do anywhere close to the bulk of the pollution. That's
It's all China, right?
yeah, like there literally is nothing. I mean, between John Kerry having a private jet that his wife owned and saying he didn't have a private jet and wasn't his carbon footprint's just so much bigger than any of ours, and they're like telling us to do all this shit that won't like be a drop in the
Yeah.
ocean compared to like what we actually have to do.
Yeah, it's performative.
It's so fucking annoying.
It's very performative, and I mean, I don't know if this is really dumb, but like, if that land wasn't a golf course, wouldn't they just like put houses on it?
Yeah.
Realistically, Like
Right.
they're not going to convert it to they're not going to convert it to like a fucking nature preserve. They were also protesting because that was Shinnecock land, the Shinnecock tribe.
Got it.
So there is a Shinnecock. I looked this up yesterday. There is a Shinnecock Reservation in the Hamptons. It's very, very small. There's like 800 people who live there. I was looking it up. The median income, check this out, was like $15,000. So it's like they're super, super, super poor, and obviously they're surrounded by surrounded by the richest people in the world, and they've wanted to build a casino there.
Yeah.
Because they want to. I mean, if you had a casino in the Hamptons, people would go all this stuff. But all the people who live around there are protesting it, and they're all super connected with the government and stuff. So they're not letting this happen. So there's a big, the golf course is called Shinnecock Hills, and the logo is like an Indian chief.
Yeah.
So
Those
A
people
lot of that
should
stuff
be
gets hairy.
protesting for the casino to get those people paid.
yeah,
Because you put a casino on that land, that 15K.
Right. Put it this way. What do you think is
200.
more likely to get turned or more likely to happen? They build a casino which generates jobs and makes a lot of everybody around there money.
Yeah.
And makes their rental home if they want for 6 weeks of the year, or they rent it out for 2 weeks, more money. Or them to tear down a golf course and make it an environmental research place.
Yeah. I think they
pick win the battle or win the war, forget the battle. Like
Malcolm Gladwell did a podcast about golf courses, basically arguing that they should all be like public parks, and it's like, I guess, like in theory, but these people just don't want us to have like nice, fun things.
I mean, private land is like the foundation of the United States.
There you go.
So, I mean, that's why we left Europe and a lot of places around the world that were oppressive.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And it's like, if you wanted to do that argument about like Indian land, or Native American land, I mean, wasn't all of this Native American land
Dude.
at some point?
like imagine,
You
like we should get reparations from the Romans for dominating like all of Europe. Like there's like you could just go back and back and back and
yeah.
back.
We can't just divide the world into like equal things for everybody. There's going to be injustices.
I mean, you could also blame Columbus. Maybe if he was smart enough to know where the fuck he was going, he wouldn't have got here.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair enough.
You almost want like the Shinnecock like representation too in the protests, Like I
Yeah.
don't see any Shinnecock.
Where did he think he was going? India?
Yeah, that's why they call them
Indians.
Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Just had no idea.
He just thought
Great Italian explorer.
he just thought
In this
that,
house, he's a hero.
Colombo. Cristobal Colombo.
Yeah. Next up,
Antonucci invented the telephone. Everybody knows it. He got robbed. Run those clips. I don't care if we get sued. So, bro, you watched that show all the way through?
What show are you talking
How did,
about?
wait, what? You just like referenced it.
laughing.
You never watched The Sopranos?
No.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't reference it. I just thought it was funny.
Oh, you went back at me.
Well, I mean, that was his name, wasn't it? It was Cristobal Colombo?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bit where he's
There's
a
a
hero.
thing where they're talking about Columbus Day and they're protesting the thing, and then he's like, Christopher Columbus was a great Italian explorer, and this house would be celebrated. You really have never watched The Sopranos?
No.
you haven't even seen clips.
I watched the first episode. He's in therapy, right?
Dude, it's just as much of a comedy as it is a drama.
I gotta check it out.
Like, if you can appreciate, like, everyone, like, it's not real life, like, there's a lot of real life elements,
Yeah.
but treat it as a comedy. The mannerisms, the code words, the little jokes, the subtle stuff of the characters. It's full blown.
I'm gonna check it out.
It's one of the funny. I'll still say it's one of the
worth it.
funniest shows I've ever watched.
You seen it?
Or just follow like Soprano clips on TikTok.
No, don't do that because it ruins it. You want to watch it all the way
ruins it, but
through.
You don't have time to watch.
What'd you do during COVID?
I watched.
You didn't have any programs to
other
watch?
things, I guess not.
You probably was playing golf.
Played a lot of golf.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair
Played
enough.
A lot of golf during.
If you weren't here, you probably had enough.
Yeah.
Watch The Sopranos.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
You have my number now. You can text me with questions.
I'll
We'll
watch
bond
it.
over it. We got a whole. We have watched.
Hydrate while we watch.
You ever watch Suits?
I've
we got
seen
a
the
Suits
first couple
little-
episodes of Suits.
We got a Suits little group chat going.
It's on Netflix.
Me,
now.
Will Compton, Jeff D. Lowe, and Brandon.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
I'll have to check it out for sure.
One of the first signs of football being back is uniforms being unveiled, and the Colts
Unveiled.
made a big mistake.
Yeah, they did. They're terrible. They look like a rip-off BYU.
So my thing is they called them Indiana Knights. Is that like a thing? Like all those Indiana
Well,
Actually, the Indiana Knights that I'm thinking of are.
KKK?
Yeah, that's really bad. What the
what they-
fuck?
that's what they said.
That's what they said?
They said it's Indiana Knights is the name of the
Oh,
uniform.
Knights, as
Yeah,
in
with
no K.
Yeah.
No K.
yeah, but the rumor in Indianapolis was it's Indianapolis with the nap capitalized. Like, I remember watching that from the Knicks documentaries. The Pacers were a big rock. There's nothing to do.
Yeah, so I don't like what is it? When they say Indiana nights, they want like crazy nights out on the town.
Yeah, is Indiana a wild place?
Yeah.
Bibbs will probably get mad, but yeah, I think Indiana's nightlife is like not great.
I mean, Bloomington. I went to IU once. That was fun.
It was.
Cool
It's a good place to go.
But I don't know if that. I don't think that's what they're.
But no, it's the uniforms are college ripoff. The take I had, the Seahawks brought back their uniforms, and we love bringing things back, and I guess we celebrate it. But I guess you don't realize how good you have it, because back in the '90s, I'm sure people were saying how bad those Seahawks uniforms are.
Yeah.
But then when they did the next ones, it was like, you know what? They're not that bad because we've seen how bad they can get after. So people just love retro shit.
Those are
they love when they're retiring a jersey, throwbacks. Look at Frank. Frank's a massive sports fan. All he does is wear throwback jerseys. You know, like people love the throwbacks.
People. It's nostalgia. It's a very.
Now this is not a throwback with the Colts, but
It's a very powerful emotion. Nostalgia,
it is. Yeah.
You know.
I'm pretty sure the Boz wore those uniforms
He did.
when he got
Yeah.
drafted.
And as a kid, I was old enough to watch the Seahawks wear those uniforms. I didn't think they were that great, but they're definitely better than the shit they rolled out in the past couple of years.
Why do people hate? I mean, I think the Indiana Nights thing is stupid, but the uniform itself.
Nah, uniform stinks.
Why? It's just
That black doesn't go with blue.
okay.
That's a fashion faux
I mean,
pas.
I'm colorblind, so
I mean, if there's
Oh.
more,
so it's tough for me.
So it's all royal blue and a black helmet. It doesn't really. It doesn't go well.
you know, it
black
gives
you
me
don't do.
Duke
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah, a little bit.
With the white stripe.
Yeah,
Also, are those Colts players, or is that just?
Yeah, they get Colts.
Okay, got it.
yeah.
I think.
It's not just like a yeah. He's got the captain thing, so that would
It's a
be
uniform.
pretty elaborate model. Yeah.
Next up, viral video going around just showing how airline baggage workers throw around your luggage. This is pretty typical. Honestly,
I haven't seen this. Can I see this?
If you don't expect this to happen to your luggage,
He looks angry.
Jeez. Yeah.
He looks angry.
Of course you expect this to happen. That's why you don't pack anything that you don't want thrown. Yeah.
Well, he is. Something happened to that guy.
I was on these guys' side till he did that.
Yeah, the
Did he
spike-
see the name? Like, did he not like
The spike was a little aggressive.
that? I don't like that.
But I mean, it's got to be one of the tougher jobs. You're just it's
Yeah,
manual labor.
you're a robot.
You're doing it all day. No, the only time I had some baggage issues the other week when we were flying back from somewhere, and the people who work at the baggage desk, I feel bad for them too, because no one comes up to them and says, "Hey, I got my bag on time. It was great." The only time they're ever getting spoken to is if someone's like super.
It's a lose-lose, yeah.
So I feel bad for these guys too, but I will say that the spike, he's doing it again. They just did it again.
I think my favorite thing is now airport freak-out videos, though. Airports have become
Oh, yeah.
the seventh circle of
You know
hell.
what it is? Like, because marijuana has become so legal, people taking high doses of edibles, and then they're on the plane, they freak out. And
Yeah.
they're like,
Well, no, it's just it's a new thing every day. I watched the one the other day. The guy got up from his window seat, and then when he went to get back in, the guy in the middle seat was like, "Nah."
He just took his
Fist
spot.
fight. Yeah, I blogged about it. Fist fight. Nuts. Like it's every day. It's something new. I did another one where the guy is yelling at the lady, like, "You delayed us at the desk. You delayed, whatever, the flight attendant. You delayed us from 1 to 2 to 3," and then you get this like gang mentality that once they open like a little bit of the gap, the lady in the back starts going, "You knew you sent that email, you motherfuckers." Yeah. It's like, so then she gets the chirp. Everyone gets a free. It's not that far back.
Yeah, it's open season.
Everyone gets a free reign.
It's fucked because the people who actually make these decisions are not.
You'd have to find my name and then you click by date. And then you get
are not the people who are actually like facing the music. You know what I mean? The people who are delaying these flights is probably just some guy who's like, "Oh, that one delayed."
people don't like being treated like cattle, and the airport and airplanes, air travel is probably one of the one places you get treated like cattle.
Right, but is there a better way to do it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, load the planes back to front.
Yeah, that should be a no.
I don't understand how we're running out of fucking headspace.
I also don't understand, like, if you get like high status or you're in first class, you go on the plane first. I don't understand why that's like a positive.
Stupid.
You can chill at your seat for longer wherever
Yes,
you're waiting.
watch a little bit of the movie, but they should just load it back to front.
Yeah.
The other thing too is, I know it's so cliche now, but getting up, or the people that think that they're gonna get off in front of me,
Yeah.
no fucking chance.
Not gonna happen.
I will go down dead. The guy can pull a gun and shoot me in the head before I
You
move in
stand up
front.
as soon as that.
Nah, I scout.
Okay.
Here's what I do. I scout. So I look, and if Billy's on the opposite side, or if he's in the row behind me, what I notice is like they'll start to inch up, and now they get into my space. And I called the guy out one time. I'm like, I was like, hey, just to let you know, we're going before you do. He's like, oh, no. I said, that's how it works. I was like 13 before 14.
You're one of these airport psychos.
Yeah, but only if I'm pushed. Like, I didn't walk on.
Okay, you get pushed.
All right, if I walked on the plane and went, like, they're reading the fucking announcements and doing the airbags, and I'm like, 13 goes before 14, like 2 seconds into the flight. You'd be like, yeah, you're a psycho. You showed your hand. You tried to get in front of me. That's not how it's going to work. I came back over the top. I'm just letting you know, if you think you could throw one, I have a knockout.
You don't start fights, you finish them.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's fair. Did they ever solve that one? Remember the girl who was saying like that guy's not real? Did they ever get to the bottom?
I don't know.
Well, that's a classic. Like I could totally see it. Someone takes a high dose of marijuana. They have a psychotic break on the plane because they didn't understand how much was in the edible.
Yeah.
And, like taking edibles on airplanes has become so popularized. And then she's like, "Oh my God, the guy next to me is like not a real person."
Yeah.
And now she's like probably in a loony bid because she had a psychotic break.
I also think we got to figure out a way on planes that you get to sleep and coach, not in a chair.
How do you?
I want to lay down. We got to figure something
It would
out.
have to be like a bunk bed situation.
Do you think
Maybe.
you
Yeah,
fit more
I don't know.
people into like train side?
I think they're losing a lot of space on north south.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of space when you stand up. So you could pack, I mean, don't give them ideas. They'll pack more people in there, and then you'll be.
Sardines.
I don't know. I don't care. If I get to lay down for an entire plane, that's great.
You and 4 other people just laying down like a queen size bed.
You don't get claustrophobic. That's not an issue.
No, it's a means of an, like it's an ends to a mean. The 6-hour drive or the 4-hour whatever flight you take, 8-hour plane drive for a 2-hour plane ride. Like, I have to take that plane ride. I'm not driving the 8 hours.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so what am I going to complain about being claustrophobic? Like, it's a tight space. You have to. I want to be on the plane. I'm not driving.
Right.
The alternative sucks
You're gonna
worse.
suck it up for.
Yeah, the alternative sucks worse.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know if I like the idea though of people like physically on top of me in the airplane.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll be out.
You'd be out.
They would be crying. They'd be complaining because I'd be snoring and talking in my sleep. So, they're lost. They better go to sleep before me. That'd be my advice.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah, next up, Barbenheimer opening weekend. Big weekend at the movies. Are you guys seeing Barbie or Oppenheimer first?
Oppenheimer, 3 hours is tough. I am, I guess, interested in it. It's one of those I don't know enough about the story. I keep joking with PFT. I'm like, what's it
You know
about?
how it
He's like,
ends.
it's a bomb. Yeah, he's like, it's a bomb. So,
The nukes.
Barbie, I don't see any real appeal.
I feel like it's got to be it's got to have some like it's not just like a Barbie movie. There's got to be some sort of layers to it.
I'm going to be honest, I've been hearing so much about this fucking Barbie Oppenheimer weekend shit that now that it's here, I almost like don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because people have been hyping it up so much.
I mean,
I guess it's good. Anything's good getting people back in the movies.
I went to a movie this last weekend with my wife, the new Jennifer Lawrence movie.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Really good.
Really?
Really, really good. Takes place in the Hamptons, actually.
Okay.
It's about a girl or a woman who basically this very rich family pays to date their son before he goes to college because he's like such a loser. And it's really, really good. I had a great time. Going to a comedy in the theater is great.
Heard there's a lot of nudity in it.
There is. I don't know if it's actually her body. Is it her body?
I think it is.
Okay, well then, because I did say that, I looked to Emma and I was like, why are like her boobs are still on screen? Like why? It felt gratuitous. It's not like a sex scene.
And it's Jennifer Lawrence?
It's Jennifer Lawrence.
You know, she was quoted saying, I have no hesitation doing the nude scenes.
Clearly not.
Well, no, because she
Full
got-
frontal's also
no,
what I
but
heard.
She's taking like
Taking it back.
she's taking it back because the
Happening.
whole leak thing.
She was in the fappening.
So she's
She's
Her
reclaiming
stuff
her
got
body.
leaked.
got it.
So she's like,
Yeah.
I'm now gonna show it because
Right.
I'm taking it back.
What Bella Thorne did too. Like that's why she started the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said full frontal too. Is that true?
Yeah. There is a, but it's not. She's like at a
They're into
beach.
that?
She's not like. It's not like her and him are doing stuff. She's kind of.
What's it rated?
It's got to be rated R.
I believe it's R.
Yeah, if they're showing nipple, it's got to be rated R.
I feel like this is gonna be a huge movie for like 13-year-olds who are trying to see that.
Sneak in. I think a lot of people, yeah.
But I mean, so Cillian Murphy only ate an almond a day. I feel like this is a trendy thing with actors, is like one-upping the other and how much crazy shit they did to get prepared for a role.
I mean, no one beats The Machinist.
Oh, this guy's nuts. What was this guy in?
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. He was also in Red Eye, if you saw that movie.
Yeah, he's
Singing
a
about
nutty
psychos
guy.
on airplanes.
It's also Batman Begins Scarecrow.
I mean, he's got a face. He's got a face where.
Bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that face. He's not going to be.
Yeah.
Not going to be like the boy next door.
Yeah.
He just those blue eyes are cutting.
I don't know. I
right
think
to the
if
soul.
I'm gonna see one 3-hour thing, I think I'm all in on this Flowers of the Killer Moon.
What is that?
The famous book. It's like it's got Scorsese. It's got is it
DiCaprio?
DiCaprio? I think. Is
coming
it De
out?
Niro?
What?
Yeah, DiCaprio.
Brendan Fraser, De Niro. This guy from Breaking Bad is really good in it. Apparently.
When is this coming out?
October. Dude, they barely had a trailer. They just have a teaser trailer.
And they
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
We
when you
watched the teaser.
3 hours and 26 minutes.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Really long.
That's.
And the last one that went that long was Irishman, which wasn't good.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
The Irishman, I feel like, was on Netflix, right? So you could watch
Yeah.
it in like two pieces. 3 hours and 26 minutes for.
Yeah,
like,
but I
TikTok
don't know,
brain
man.
is
Being,
tough.
I'm like, I know the movies was getting a lot of heat, and I just want to be. I think there's certain movies I like being excited to that you have to go see in a theater.
Yeah.
Like Top Gun Maverick saved everything because it was like I ain't watching this on a fucking screen on my phone. I'm not watching this with, some illegal thing that I got from somewhere. Like
I feel like
I want to go
Oppenheimer's
watch
like
that in the
that, too.
theater. Give me the popcorn. Give me the big soda. Blow my AC out of my face. Like let's go. True movie experience.
King Kong vs. Godzilla getting released was pretty dope though. Getting released on streaming services.
You just watch it at home.
Yeah, I think that was during the pandemic, but that was pretty good.
There's definitely a convenience. Don't get me wrong. Like if I was asked truthfully, like what do you want to do? I want to watch a movie in my own house because
Right.
you don't have to deal with that shit. But
think-
I want to go. I like getting excited for movies you want to go see in the theaters.
Well, I feel like Oppenheimer is like that. I want to see.
Yeah.
This is going to sound a little. I want to see how they treat the actual explosion. Like I want to see what that looks like, because it's going to be the most realistic depiction of an atomic bomb that has ever been. Because you see recreations on like the History Channel, but it looks like.
Well, they have actual footage
Yeah.
of the bombs. We did a whole episode of macrodosing on the development of the bomb, and it was really fascinating how many people were involved. Oppenheimer was a fucking psycho.
So in what way? Like, what was his?
He was so meta after he developed the bomb, and he realized that holy shit, like I am death, destroyer of worlds. Was
That's his line?
quote. Yeah, well, it's actually from like the Hindu book.
Like religious text.
Yeah, religious text, and he was just like, I am Rava, Krishna, destroyer of worlds. That's definitely not the right God he was referencing, but
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Wouldn't have someone else have done it if it wasn't him, or was he like that visionary where he?
Well, no, he didn't like once he made it, he kind of like realized once it happened, he was like, oh shit.
So that's what's interesting about the movie is that he had this 180.
Yeah, and then he then
don't know
got
anything
listed
about
as a
the guy.
communist because he was banging too many communist chicks, and the U.S. like took away his security clearance.
Really?
Like even Einstein didn't get the security clearance to like be in the.
He had a role in the bomb, right?
Yeah, well, Einstein sent a letter to FDR saying, hey, the Germans are figuring out how to do nuclear fission, which was like the precursor to nuclear energy, the nuclear bomb, and they're like, well, you got to start doing something because if they get the bomb first, they're fucked. The Nazis there was literally in Norway, there was a bunch of nuclear material that was being transported back to Germany to develop the bomb. And a bunch of Norwegian freedom fighters sank the barge that all that stuff was on, and it's still there to this day. If they didn't do that, the Nazis might have got the bomb, used it on the Russians, and then taken over all of Europe. And we would be speaking fucking German right now.
Yeah, it would be like high.
It would be Nazi nuclear
Crazy.
we'd be fucked.
Yeah. Well, now I'm pretty intrigued.
Yeah,
Now
but
I want to see the movie.
I know
Actually,
nothing.
I wanna
I know
see
nothing about it. Like even
Now you do. You know.
a little bit.
decent amount.
Yeah.
Over
You know the other movie I went to see that I knew nothing about?
What?
Fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, that was good. It was really good.
It was really
Ancient
good.
shit, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I kind of connected it when they were like Charles, but they never really like hinted at it. So at the end, we leave, and I go to my wife. I'm like, the whole 3 hour or the 2 hours before that, like it was about the storyline of Hollywood and like these guys and these actors. Like, what was the deal? She's like, I guess that was just Tarantino's like interpretation of it. But she's like, the actress at the end, like,
Sharon
did you
Tate.
know about that, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I didn't fucking know about that. And I look it up, and it's like, oh. Okay, she was actually killed by Manson. I had
Sharon
no
Tate,
fucking
yeah.
idea.
She's,
I had no fucking
Margot
idea of
Robbie in
that.
the movie, right?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
no fucking idea.
Yeah, that was a great movie. That last scene is banana.
Nuts.
Barbie, I don't really know what the fuck that's supposed to be about. I think it's like visuals, like
I feel like there's got to be some like darkness to it, or some like third dimension.
I kind of feel like it might be sort of like Matrixy, where it's like like she sees Barbie Land or whatever, and like she goes maybe to the real world, our world.
Yeah.
Rated R? Is it rated R?
PG-13.
Will Ferrell's in it, which actually enticed me to go see it.
He's the head of Mattel Toys, I guess.
Yeah.
So World connected.
So it's like some meta shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Greta Gerwig is directed it, and she's pretty acclaimed. It's not going to be just like a Barbie Land. Like there's got to be some sort of social commentary. And
Yeah.
Do you think nukes made the world a more peaceful place?
I feel like the easy answer is yes, right? I mean, if it's only 2 have ever been detonated, and they've had the technology for what, 80 years since then?
Yeah, Arian and PFT disagree with me, but I'm like, you can say that because we have nukes. Next up, Frank rizzed up, Livy Dunn, outside. What? I don't even know. That's not Livy Dunn.
It's going to be Daniel Vogelback. It's going to be Trevor Gott, David Peterson, Stephen O'Goodsuck, and Tommy Hunter.
Some girl.
That look, though. There he is.
Hey, Frank, do you want to talk about rizzing?
Nah, let sleeping dogs lie.
Because that.
Let's go, D-backs.
So he get those glasses because he can't break them? Is that the story behind the glasses?
Yeah, he breaks them.
Yeah.
Cost me another pair of glasses.
I remember he did a video where he was showing the graveyard of glasses. Those are like some rec specs that are indestructible.
I think
like my 4-year-old nephew has those.
Coach O was
My
also.
brother and his good friends have a group chat, just Frank stuff. Like he's electric.
Yeah.
But he's a lot.
It's typical fucking goddamn motherfucking putrid motherfucking season.
Coach O was rizzing up on the beach
That's a
as well. Oh, Frank, how's this? What was going on here? What were you doing?
She is kind of like a baseball blogger. She does a lot of knows a lot of prospects. She's the one that broke the story that Gary Sanchez was signing with the Padres. She does a lot of project, and Donnie knows her. She does things in Dominican Republic, and I might be going to Dominican Republic for some Winter League baseball this year.
All right.
Really?
Nice.
Have you been?
Nope, never been to Dominican.
All right.
So, stay tuned. And she'll be on probably on my podcast in the next few weeks.
Nice.
Nice.
Continuing the story. I love
Yes.
it.
Coach O was also caught risen up.
Saw
on the
that,
beach.
yeah.
This is actually Jake and I ran into Coach O in LA.
Look how tan he is.
I know we're a fan of Coach O, but
That's a OnlyFans model too. She was on Glenny's show, I believe. It's
Which one? On the beach or
on
Frank's girl?
on the beach.
Okay.
Coach O loses a little appeal when all that stuff kind of broke.
What's
Well, that's his.
He got let go because there was a lot of internal shit going on at LSU.
Northwestern stuff?
You know, he was
Nah,
rizzing.
like-
too much riz.
Too much riz?
Too much riz.
Yeah, you can't have that guy in a college locker room at a school like LSU. There's just too much that can go
Too
on.
much Riz.
I don't think it was locker room related.
Oh,
But that's his girlfriend now. That's his girlfriend right
they
next
broke
to
up.
him.
Him and his wife broke up.
Yes.
What did they get nailed for again? LSU, like the players were doing a lot of bad shit and he was burying it, right?
Yeah, well, wasn't there the stuff too with like OBJ handing out
Yeah.
money or something?
I don't think
too?
that was
I don't think that really
big.
mattered. I think they find out what they got, like, in fact, why he got fired.
Well, they won the Natty, and then they were bad too, right? I mean, if
Yeah,
they were
they
still
were
good, he
bad.
probably wouldn't have gotten let go.
I thought players were doing a lot of sexual misconduct. I could be wrong.
Look, you know,
A raft of sexual assault charges against players.
Right.
A rift with the team over the racial justice movement, disastrous coaching hires, unfortunate injuries, and a stack of bad losses. That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah, the sexual assault with the players was, I think, they said he knew about it too. Like, Coach O's a friend, obviously, and everybody likes him, and he's hilarious, but it's not as funny, you know.
let's just pull up PFT's tweet so we can laugh about something because this was hilarious. His take on the whole situation was scroll farther down, a little farther down. I think about 12 hours ago. There we go. Coach O laying the groundwork for an orgy.
Orgy. Orgy. What is he?
Go
Go
Tigers.
Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit.
Just give me a little bit of that.
Just a little
Just
bit.
give me. I wonder if it do you think he workshops it, or do you think it just I mean, you would know better than. Does it just come to
It
his
just
brain?
comes. He just clicks. It's like his neurons fire in a certain way that comes up with
Like a Dr. House.
I think at all other times he's workshopping it, but that's what makes you good in that they
Yeah.
In the moment, yeah.
I just, no, I'm not gonna say it, but like a very, very old PFT is gonna be coming up with zingers like on a rocking chair, and it's gonna be something else.
Yeah, hopefully Twitter's still around, man.
Yeah.
We need an outlet for that
Keep the
brain
bird,
forever.
Yeah. His grandkids are gonna hear some amazing one-liners from Grandpa just out of the blue. We're all gonna get that way. I'm not saying, but that's gonna be hilarious.
His will be a lot funnier and smarter than ours.
It's gonna be like witty Grandpa comments.
Yeah.
Definitely. Check out Barstool Sportsbook, new and improved.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
100%.
A lot easier, easier to find.
Cleaner.
Yep. So
You can get score updates too, like through the score. It'll tie into whatever you're betting.
sick. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so it'll if you bet on a certain game, that will just alert you on that?
Like
Yep.
I had a baseball parlay yesterday, and it just listed all the games throughout the day and would just keep me updated.
Nice.
Yeah.
sick.
I'll give you a pick. Bet the Water Dogs to cover this weekend. Their way they're doing their face-offs nowadays completely changed the professional lacrosse game. They're not even using a face-off guy, because the shot clock is shorter off the first face, and no one else has really caught up to them on it, and they're an absolute weapon. Bet the
They're like
Water
the
Dogs.
Warriors. They're just changing.
Yeah.
Changing the
Changing
game.
the game.
There you
But
go.
it's bad for the face-off position if you're a purist. But
Yeah.
Everything changes. Everything
Yeah.
evolves. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the running back position.
yeah,
They're mad.
I never heard this before, but I've always said it in my own life. Change is the only constant,
That's right.
right? No one has ever said that before, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna take.
The only thing that's certain is uncertainty.
Right.
You know what I blame for the devaluing of the running back position? Global warming.
Explain.
Because it's getting hotter,
was
more passing offense, less cold weather games,
Oh, is that what?
less run games.
I see what you're
Think
saying.
about it.
I see what you're saying. There's,
All right.
less, there's less ground and pound.
There's definitely a correlation between running backs, colder weather, getting more carries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it makes sense.
So they should be real environmentalists.
they should be protesting on a golf
They
course.
should go to Sabonic.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The running backs.
We got to see Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry rolls with the China.
Yeah.
Stop the fact.
No more.
No more
I need
burning coal.
carries. I need more carries.
Good. All right, it's a rundown.
That's the show, guys. Have an amazing Thursday, which is leading into a summer Friday and weekend, basically. Yeah.
There you go. It was fun.
Enjoy it.